he wasn't only a king, just to clarify. He was the greatest, the most popular, the most famous, the best ruler that Hungary had in the Middle Age. And I have the opportunity to tell you one story of the tales and legends that was created about him. That story is about the shepherd who has never lied in his life. Well, as I said, he was a very great ruler, and all the other countries' kings and other knights and lords had tried to be a good friend with him, as he was very powerful, and they feared him. They were scared of his sword, his scary face as well. So one day, the German king, Friedrich, big, not only 6 packs, but 12 packs on his body, this huge, massive man with dark hair. He rode his horse from all the way from Germany with his axe. Great wise ruler. King Matthias welcomed him. They shook hands as friends, and Matthias showed him the castle, the famous Hungarian castle in Buda. Well, when I say a castle, I don't just mean like a castle. It was a huge, enormous, massive, big castle with all gold and more rooms than you can possibly count in 2 days. And a huge library with more than 5,000 books in there. Anyways, nobody wants to explore the country or a lowdown, the hills with empty stomachs. So they all sat down, they had a lovely meal, and the following day they all jumped on their horses, they saw the hills, the lowdown, the countryside, they saw everything. But they got to the point where at the lowdown they discovered King Matthias's famous collection of animals. And that was the one and only Golden Land. But the person who was looking after this Golden Land was even more famous than the Golden Land itself. He was the shepherd who has never, ever lied in his life. Well,
I don't believe that, Matthias. I can make you shepherd like any minute. I can stop with my horse. I will offer him money and race him round. He will lie in 2 seconds.
Well, there is a price you have to pay for your doubts. If you do make my shepherd lie, I will give you half of my kingdom. And he ripped off half of the logo of Hungary from his helmet. Friedrich did the same, and the deal was made. So he walked to the shepherd. Good old king, how can I help you?
Oh, how do you know I'm a king?
Well, I have a good eye for this, sir.
I offer you 20 bags of gold and silver and coins, and I will raise you in rank, and you will be a lord. You will be a king. I will give you loads of money. Let me see that Golden Land of yours in the bag. I'm afraid I can't do that, my good old lord. This land is only to be seen by King Matthias and nobody else. Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. I give you all the money. I give you gold and silver. I give you lovely princesses. I give you everything you need. And they were negotiating and bargaining and tried to make a deal for hours and hours. But the shepherds did not let Friedrich see the land. He was furious. He was mental. He was a nutter at that point. So he had to pull out the best trick from his hat he possibly could do. So, as the Ascot came from Germany, there was this beautiful, gorgeous woman called Catherine, the Princess of Germany. I won't even take time describing how beautiful she was. If you've seen a lovely woman multiplied by 10, 15, and then you can possibly get how beautiful Catherine was. Just a lovely, gorgeous lady to be honest, with dark hair, lovely eyes, mesmerizing. And this lovely lady walked with a shepherd. Well, ladies, gentlemen, the lords, Dukes, Majesty, you believe it or not,
they fell in love. They fell in love by the first sight. And the shepherd wasn't a bad-looking guy either. They all looked at each other, and in a second they all knew that they were in love. So after a couple of bottles of wine and a couple of hours, they fall asleep, they kissed, and God knows whatever else they did. But in the morning, to cut a long story short, in the morning, the shepherd woke up, and there was no golden lamp, nowhere. So he just hold his hand. He had a massive headache in the morning, and well, there was no golden lamp, so he was in deep trouble. He was bad trouble. He decided to walk all the way up to King Matthias' castle and report to his great lord. And as he did so, he found a mouse hole on the way up there. Put his stick in it, put the hat on it. Your Majesty, good evening. Oh, good evening, my good friend. What's the news on the farm? Well, the golden lamb was eaten by the wolves in the morning. You were lying! The others would have believed that too! It's not working. He took the hat on, took the stick, carried on walking to the castle. He found another mouse hole. He put it in there, put the hat on it. Good morning, Your Majesty. Oh, good morning, my good old lad. What's the news on the farm? Well, King Matthias. The golden lamb drowned in the pound in it. I found it. You were lying! The others would have drowned too! It's not working. Put the hat on, put the stick out. He walked through the gates of the castle, all the way up to the stairs. He walked into the hall, and finally, he was facing King Matthias. Good morning, my good old friend. What's the news on the farm? Well, King Matthias, Your Majesty, there's nothing special apart from the fact that I swapped the golden lamb for a beautiful black one. At that moment, King Matthias knew the shepherd did not lie. He did not break his promise. He was being honest for his great lord. Where is that lamb? Bring it in here! Well, I don't have to, my good old lord. She's just sitting right next to you. Friedrich, my mouse. Couldn't believe what he was just white as a mouse. He knew that at that moment he lost half of his kingdom, as the shepherd was being honest with his great lord. But how could possibly King Matthias keep half of this German kingdom? Of course he gave it to the young couple. Well, they lived happily ever after. But the shepherd, even though he became a great lord, but he's still looking after their golden lamb. He's still being a great man and never breaking his promise.